We had a good month. Yeah, we did. Let's talk about it. Hello. Okay, it is the end of November. Officially, today is November 30th, which means it is time to come to you and talk about our November recap. So we are going to go through this. I am super excited to share this with you because pretty much everything on here was accomplished this month and I feel darn good about it. So let's dive right in. First up, weekly date nights with my husband. Honestly, at this point, 3 months in a row of crushing that goal, I feel good about that one. And is it one that I should continue necessarily putting on my vision board? In a sense, I guess you could say not, but as I've shared with you guys before, my reason for putting it on there isn't necessarily because it's this hard goal that I want to achieve, but instead it's a habit that I want to make sure that I am continuing to put a lot of intention and focus on. And so it's going to continue to stay on there because it's very important to me. Having a good marriage and spending that quality time with my husband is forever going to be important. Next one over, let's talk about personal development. So I challenged myself in a little bit different way this month compared to the previous month. And that was not only to read 10 pages a day, but was to also listen to 10 minutes a day, like while getting ready and driving. And I crushed that goal. So High Performance Habits was a book that I had tried listening to a couple months ago. Then I changed it to physically reading it last month and I finished it this month. And actually I did a combination of reading it and listening to it. So I did a lot more driving this past month. And so I wanted to utilize that as much as I could. I listened to Fear is My Homeboy, which is a great book. I read Niche Down. That was a great book. Really, really good with getting clear on who I'm trying to serve and what it is that I'm trying to do on these social media platforms that I have. I've felt pretty clear on that, but I'm more clear than ever and I just feel really good about where I'm going. And then I listened to multiple podcasts from the Jennifer Allwood show. So crushed that goal and got all of those books and or podcasts done. I will continue listening to the Jennifer Allwood show. She comes out with new episodes every single week, but I will have new books to add next month and I'm excited for that. I already have some picked out. Moving over to my church goal. I finally got back to church in person this past Sunday and it was glorious. I loved it so much after traveling a lot in November and then one weekend just being home and trying just to unplug. I hadn't attended, but I did finally get to church in person and it was so good. And I have continued to do really, really well with my daily devotional and my Bible time. During the week of Thanksgiving, I actually kind of took a social media hiatus and I sat down and really spent more time in my morning routine, physically sitting in my chair in my office, opening up my Bible, opening up another devotional that I have, journaling again, and just doing more of that. I've gotten away from that over the last 6 months or so, and I was just doing a daily devotional on my phone and not spending a ton of time with that. But I realized my values and the time that I'm spending towards those things weren't aligning. And so during that social media hiatus, I was really reminded, like, this is important to me. I need to make time for this. And I did. And it has been so good. And I've continued that this week as I've gotten back into social media and all of that. Next one over is my personal health goal. I did, as we already talked about in the mid-month check-in, I had finished this workout program. I've continued to log my daily nutrition. I've continued to truly enjoy movement and just focus on continuing to tighten tone. My nutrition has been pretty good despite holidays, but I purposefully go into the holidays knowing I'm going to eat the food. Like, I am not going to limit myself or keep myself from getting to enjoy some of those things because I know that that's not going to ruin my journey. Just like one salad or one great meal, one healthy meal isn't going to make my journey, right? It's not about making or breaking. It's about finding the joy in the journey overall with a goal of being happy and healthy for me. And I feel like I've done a really great job of that over the course of November. I am currently now in between programs that I'm doing. And instead I'm just utilizing our live workout platform that we have where every day I'm just going through and I'm picking what do I want to do today. And it feels so good. No longer is my journey with working out and movement if I'm going to do it today, it's when I'm going to do it. And when I go to do it, I'm excited to pick whatever movement I'm going to do that day. So right now, this is a Wednesday. Monday, I did a flexibility workout. Like, it was just a 30-minute stretching workout and it was amazing. Yesterday, I did a core workout and I did a little bit of a ride on my stationary bike. And then today I did a booty and core workout, and then I did another stretch after that. So I'm just listening to my body and doing what feels good and what feels right. And I truly believe that that's what our health and fitness journey should be about. And I also believe that the results genuinely come when we are fully enjoying this journey. And more than that, they are long lasting. It's not some quick fix that we get the results we want really quickly, but then all of a sudden we gain all the weight back, or, you know, we reverse the results that we've achieved if we don't keep limiting ourselves or restricting ourselves, but instead we have learned how to truly fuel our bodies and how to make that a longevity thing and not just a short-term thing. So I feel really proud about that, and I'm just really honored that I get to not only do that for myself, but I get to help others do that as well. The next goal is my reading fiction and my eating my lunch away from my desk. I have continued to do really, really well with that goal. I have finished, I'm in the middle of like a book series right now with my fiction reading, and I've been reading every night before bed. I really just don't watch a whole lot of TV, and so when I do sit down, I'm into my fiction books. And so I think I've read 2 this month. I think I've read 2 fiction books this month in addition to the personal development books that I've read. So I've done pretty good. Pat myself on the back here, right? So feeling good about that, and then eating away from my desk has been really good as well. Next one in would be Thanksgiving with family. I did get to do that with 2 different sets of family on my in-laws side, and that was great, and something I always look forward to. Quality time is my love language, so I'm always gonna be here for these family gatherings. The next one in, shocker, even though I really had high hopes for this goal this month, but this is like literally the only goal that I pretty much didn't achieve. And I mentioned this in my mid-month check-in, but I thought that maybe I would get it done, but I still haven't. And that's the create the like to know it pages. Guys, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna keep it on there because eventually I'm gonna do it. It just is, it's at the bottom of the totem pole of priorities, and you know, I think what it comes down to for me at this point is, do I want to keep putting a goal on my vision board each month that I'm not achieving, and it inadvertently make me feel bad about myself because I'm not achieving this goal? Or do I remove the goal altogether so that I'm no longer feeling badly about not doing that goal? I think ultimately what it comes down to, and the reason that I continue to keep this goal on there, is I know that this could be beneficial to do this. I know that I like to share links. I like to share things that I find and that I feel like could be valuable to others. And that's the whole point of a like to know it page. So I feel like it could be very beneficial. And if I could make a little bit of a kickback of an income from it, great. I mean, you know, that would be fine. So that'll be something that I really need to think about before I sit down and do my December plan with me, because I'm just not sure if that's something that I want to keep on there moving forward or not. Okay, next goal down, as we talked about in the mid-month check-in, I had just kind of changed my mind on whether or not I wanted to reach that personal goal within my business. And I decided that's just not something that I'm wanting to do at this time. It will be a goal that I want to pursue in the future, but it's just not something I want to do now. Next one over was our community event that we had, and as I checked in with you at the mid-month check-in, it went so well and it was so much fun. I love getting together with our community, and I'm so thankful for those times. Next one over, as we again talked about in the mid-month check-in, was my volunteering, and that has come to a stop at this point, but it will be something that I'm hoping to begin again in the future. Moving down, I did get to go visit my friend in her new home. She has the cutest home, like the literal cutest home. So got to go visit her, got to spend a lot of time with old college friends. That was a lot of fun this month, getting to go do that. Next one in would be helping my clients and coaches achieve their goals. That is something that, again, I added that on my vision board this month, even though that's something I literally have a goal to do every single day and have every single day for over 5 years now since I've been doing my health and fitness coaching business. But I decided to put it on there this month just because I really wanted to make sure during this time of year, you know, November and December, a lot of people could care less about their health and fitness. And so being a positive encourager and accountability for those that are still wanting to focus on those things this time of year, I just wanted to make sure and put that in there so that that intention in the forefront of my mind as I was going through this month. Next one in, teachers pay teachers. We did make some progress, but I actually haven't made any more progress than I made whenever I checked in with you in the mid-month check-in. I completed the terms of use page, the lesson plan template, the credits pages, the cover, all of those things, but I haven't done anything more than that. So very hopeful that we're gonna make some major progress on that in December. Next one in is my YouTube goal, and I have not gotten near as many videos uploaded this month as I had originally planned. This month ended up being super busy with other things. And also, I will just admit, it kind of took a seat on the back burner for a minute. I told you that I took kind of a week-long hiatus from social media, and it was kind of a week-long hiatus. I called it my Thanksgiving break, where I just didn't really work on anything work-related or hobby-related, because at this point, you know, YouTube is a hobby for me. So I did come up with a plan to create the goal setting series, which I already told you guys about in my November mid-month check-in. You can expect to see all of that coming to you in December. So I'm really excited for that. I've already recorded some of the videos for that, and I'm gonna be recording the rest of them soon within the next couple of days. So those will be getting up and all of that will be coming. I still feel really proud of what we've done here so far, and I'm still so thankful that I just finally went for it. So I just wanna say thank you. But a couple of things that I did for sure do is I've responded to all the comments that I've seen. I have started adding timestamps. So those of you that have made sure to put that in the comments, I have started adding those. I didn't know how to do those, but I know how to do it now. And I have come up with a video posting schedule for the rest of the year. Obviously I only have a month left, but I do have a posting plan and I'm really excited for it. Like I just mentioned, that includes that goal setting series and some other videos that I'm excited to bring to you. So final goal on my vision board is my 12-week year plan. I have been doing well with that. Some of you have asked like, hey, what's an update on your 12-week year plan? Because originally, if you saw my 12-week year plan and process video that I put out a couple of months ago, when I originally started my 12-week year plan, I was supposed to finish right at Thanksgiving. However, after 4 weeks went by, I realized I wasn't really doing the things that I had put on that 12-week year plan. So I pushed everything back a month. So I actually now have my 12-week year plan that will finish up on Christmas. So I gave myself another month and just basically restarted it over at the beginning of October. So I have no updates for you yet other than I am slow and steady winning the race with that plan, and I feel really, really glad and proud that I put that together because I feel like it is a big, big reason that I'm seeing the success that I'm seeing with the goals that I put on that. And then the final or the second part of that goal is, well, it says follow my Google Calendar, but I actually ended up updating my Google Calendar about a week ago, and it's just more realistic. I had some things on there that were great in theory, but when I sat down, I realized I wasn't actually following any of it at all. And so I have updated it yet again, and that's the beauty of a calendar, of a routine, of a schedule. It's trial and error. You do what you think is gonna work, and then you try it out, and if it doesn't work, you pivot, you adjust, and you make the changes that you need to make so that you can create a plan or a routine that is going to work for you. And so that's what I've done. So that is my November 2022 recap. Overall, met just about every goal other than the ones that I just was like, no, we're not gonna do those at all anymore. But otherwise, I feel super good about this. And yet again, if you were someone who is new to the whole monthly vision board thing, I do this just as a way to help hold me extra accountable. I've also had some people ask about on the 12-week year plan video where I talk about doing, 2 to 4 goals max. Something that I want to just make sure and point out, people have asked, why do you recommend doing only 2 to 4 goals on the 12-week year plan, but then your vision board has way more than 2 to 4 goals? And I think that I just want to reiterate that some of these on here are just habits. They're not necessarily goals. So like weekly date nights with my husband, for example, that's not a goal. It's just a habit that I want to make sure that I do. So I put it on my monthly vision board. Reading 10 pages a day and listening to 10 minutes a day of personal development, that's another habit that I want to make sure that I'm implementing in my daily life. So I put it on my vision board so that as it's sitting above my desk, I can see it right there every single day when I sit down at my desk, making sure like, hey, that's another habit that you said you wanted to work on. You gonna work on it or not? Same thing with attending church and doing my daily Bible time and devotional. That's a habit that I wanna do. My personal health journey is one of the goals on my 12-week year plan, but it's also a habit. I mean, if you really think about it, being consistent with your health journey, that's a habit. Eating lunch away from my desk, that's a habit. So having Thanksgiving with my family, that's not a 12-week year goal. That's just something that I wanna make sure to do, and I'm looking forward to that. And I wanna also point out that the things that are on my monthly vision board are directly related to the things that are on my yearly vision board. So the reason I put something like Thanksgiving with family on my vision board is because one of the goals on my yearly vision board is to make sure that I'm spending time with family. Life can get busy and then all of a sudden it's like been 2 months and we haven't had dinner with grandparents or an aunt and uncle or cousins, even though we said we were gonna make sure to keep in touch and see each other more often. So by putting things like this on here and on my yearly vision board, it allows me to keep those things that truly are important to me in the forefront of my mind so that I'm making sure if we have a free night that's coming up or if I've thought of something, we can get it on the calendar to make sure we're spending some time with family. Now, obviously Thanksgiving's a more easy thing that you typically are gonna get together with family on, but I'm gonna put it on there because it definitely still relates to the yearly vision board that I've set. Same thing with my community events. I wanna make sure that I'm doing things with my community. I wanna make sure that I'm encouraging them and supporting them and getting to meet them and spend time with them in person. That's so important to me, so I put that on here. But that's not necessarily a 12-week year goal. Same with visiting friends. I wanna make sure that I'm getting in contact and hanging out and spending time with my friends so that I'm not losing touch, because how easy is it, again, for us to lose touch with old friends when we get caught up in work and with family, and we finally get a free night and you're like, oh, I just want to be home, I don't want to do anything, so making time to really focus on those things and put intention where you say things are important. That's why I put that on my vision board. So doing my job, I didn't put anything regarding my job on my 12-week year plan, but helping my clients and coaches, that's what I do on a daily basis. So again, that's not necessarily a goal on my 12-week year plan, but it is a habit and it's a daily task that I do, so I want to make sure to put it on here. Teachers Pay Teachers and YouTube are the other two goals that are on my 12-week year plan because they are very much goals. Creating products to put on Teachers Pay Teachers so that I could potentially grow an income and have this other income in this space where I can let my creative outlet fly. That's a goal on my 12-week year plan. So that's something that I'm working on and that I had set a goal by the end of those 12 weeks to achieve, and that's something that I'm actively working towards. I haven't done very well with it, as you've seen when I come and check in with you, but it's still something that's on my actual plan that I've created. And then same thing with YouTube. Starting my YouTube was week 1 of my 12-week year plan, and then creating videos and getting them posted and creating a schedule and adding other little things. Those are all part of my 12-week year plan. So my YouTube, my Teachers Pay Teachers, and my personal health goal, those are the 3 things that are on my personal 12-week year plan. The rest of these, as you can see, and as I've just kind of pointed out, are either habits or just things that I want to make sure that I'm doing. But everything that is on this vision board is a direct relation to something that's on my yearly vision board. And I put those things on my yearly vision board because they're important to me. So I put them on my monthly vision board as smaller chunks of habits that I can continue creating, or goals that I can continue working towards that are ultimately going to help me reach everything that I put on my vision board, which is definitely a combination of habits that I want to implement in my life and goals that I want to reach by a set time. So I hope that that makes sense. I know I've had multiple questions about that, and I hope kind of explaining it in that way makes more sense. If it doesn't, please ask questions, drop them in the comments below so that I can further explain. But I hope that clears that up a little bit as to why I have more than 2 to 4 goals on my monthly vision board, and yet in my 12-week year plan, I say only to do 2 to 4 goals. So I hope that makes sense. But that is all I have got. November has been a great month. I would love to hear. Many of you did your first monthly vision board this past month, and I would love to hear how they went. What goals did you achieve? What habits did you put in place and see success with? And maybe what did you not do well with? What did you decide halfway through the month that you're like, you know what? This actually wasn't that important to me, so I didn't work towards it. And now I know. Like, drop those in the comments. I would love to know. I would love to chat with you. And then the final thing I want to say is I'm in the process of trying to figure out how we can best connect. I have many of you that are saying, how can I get support? How can I get accountability? How can I get the community that you're talking about? And my email is in the description box below, so feel free to email me. I'm thinking at this point a Facebook group might be the best way. I know Facebook is not everybody's favorite thing. It's not my favorite thing either. However, it is a great space to cultivate that community that many of us seem to be wanting. I'm here for it, and if that sounds like something you would be interested in, make sure to let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, that's all I've got for you today in our November recap. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you haven't subscribed already, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. I cannot wait to come back to you with our December plan with me, which will be here before you know it, and plan out the rest of this year together. So I will see you in the next one.